One of the reasons behind all that bargain hunting, Canadians are spending more on housing.
ABC News, in collaboration with ABC-owned TV stations, has spent the last 6 months investigating the public and affordable housing crisis affecting cities and towns across the country.
It's home to more than 470,000 people, but finding a place to live here is not easy.
Nestled in the heart of the Deep South, among the cotton fields and historic landmarks, lies the charming city of Dothan, Alabama. But beyond the warm southern hospitality and picturesque landscapes, a pressing challenge looms over the community: the quest for affordable housing. As the city grew, so did the dreams of its residents. However, with progress came disparities, and the need for accessible and affordable housing became increasingly apparent. Today, the city stands at crossroads, grappling with the dual challenge of growth and affordability, raising questions about the accessibility of housing for Dothan's diverse population. According to recent studies, a significant percentage of Dothan's residents spend a disproportionate amount of their income on housing, leaving many families struggling to make ends meet. The story of Dothan's housing crisis is not just about the economics. It's about the fabric of the community and the well-being of its residents. Join us on a journey as we delve into the history, challenges, and the untold stories of resilience in Dothan, Alabama. This is a story of a community determined to build a future where the dreams of a safe and affordable home is within reach for all. Welcome to Homefront, a Dothan story. Welcome to the soulful city of Dothan, Alabama, where dreams find their home. Today, I, Parvi Anand, a 15-year-old student from the Lovett School, am your guide on an emotional journey through the heart of affordable housing in Dothan. We begin our exploration by meeting the architects of change in affordable housing, remarkable individuals who are shaping the narrative in Dothan. Dr. Michael Crate, a real estate luminary with 17 years of experience, invites us into the world of Dothan housing. His passion isn't just about properties, it's about transforming lives.
My name is Dr. Michael C. Threet. I am the Chief Operating Officer at Dothan Housing. I am also the Principal and CEO of Elevate Housing Solutions.
What programs do you guys offer at Dothan Housing?
We offer several programs. Our housing authority is so different. We are not the typical housing authority. We are what would you call a moving to work agency, MTW. There's only 139 moving to work agencies in the country out of about 3,000. What that means is that we're in the top 4% in the United States. So you say we're on the map. So with that being said, we do a ready to rent program, help families be able to go through a certification program about 4 to 6 weeks so they understand how to rent, how to budget, how to talk to the landlord, and being able to change some of those negative stereotypes and stigmas that are out there. We also offer a home ownership program, a housing choice voucher home ownership programs that helps families actually go through and use that Section 8 voucher to actually buy the house. So that's a real game changer. We also have a family self-sufficiency program, which helps families save money for about a 5-year period. They use that same money, either one, go back to school, start a business, or buy a house. And we have the housing choice voucher program, one of the only housing authorities in the state of Alabama just to have this be completely out of public housing model, but we have just about 1,634 units. In addition to that, we are a landlord incentives cohort MTW program, so we offer a whole bunch of landlord incentives. And finally, our big push recently is to CPR, just like the CPR, what it sounds like. It's called Breathing Life Back into the Community preservation, revitalization that helps families in the community. We're revitalizing the Baptist Bottom community by demolishing homes that need to, rebuilding those, but really breathing life back into the community.
What are some of the most successful programs that you guys have implemented?
Most successful has been the Ready to Rent program. We've taken that Ready to Rent action around the country. Individuals call us at least a couple times a week asking about it. As a best practice, we've been to San Diego, we're going to go do some in New Orleans, been to Portland, been to Denver, but the Ready to Rent program has been that complete game-changing change the narrative type vehicle. One is that it gives tenants confidence that, you know what, I understand tenant landlord laws. Well, two, I know how to pay my rent on time. And I'm able to work with landlords that traditionally want to work with me because I have the Section 8 voucher. So that Ready to Rent has built confidence to show tenants how to budget, do things like that.
In the price of bureaucracy, Dr. Creek doesn't just address challenges, he offers solutions, highlighting the crucial role of landlords in the success of the Section 8 program. After an engaging understanding of the mechanism and the working of the Dothan housing situation, I had an opportunity of meeting with the mayor of Dothan City, a visionary, steering the city into a new era of living spaces. With me, I have the mayor of Dothan, Alabama, Mr. Mark Saliba. Thank you so much for taking out some time to speak with us about affordable housing in Dothan.
It's my pleasure. I'm glad to be here with you and having this conversation today.
Does the city of Dothan have any plans regarding affordable housing in place?
We are always have affordable housing or workforce housing, as they like to sometimes call that now, as a part of our neighborhood revitalization efforts, as part of a downtown revitalization. If you know, part of our theme is Love Dothan and Love Your Neighborhoods. So we have been gradually, it's a little slower at times, but we are gradually working on neighborhood revitalization. We have an entity that's out there that's provided by the legislation, by state legislation, the Dothan Housing Authority, doing an excellent job there in their role as waking up every single day with the thought in mind, how do we provide affordable housing through federal tax credits and federal funding and state funding as well.
So you mentioned a startup home. What is the typical type or price of a startup home, you'd say?
Yeah, well, in Dothan, before COVID and then inflation and the current state of the economy, which I think is an unusual place right now. And so what used to be the sweet spot in Dothan was about $180,000 for a home, a house and lot package, is now looking more like $220,000, $230,000 for that. So right now, with those factors that are in place, it has bumped up. We are hopeful that in just in my thoughts, that first of the year, first quarter, second quarter or so, we hopefully to see some of the Fed fund rates coming down, mortgage rates might come down, and inflation and some of the pricing might come down as well.
How does home pricing compare in Dothan and the surrounding areas?
Dothan and the surrounding area has really affordable housing prices compared to a lot of other parts of the state. I think there are a number of things that attribute to that. Our codes are where they should be. They're not too restrictive, but they're put in place for safety and protection of the consumers. I think the fact that we are a pretty flat topography around here, we're not having to build houses and developments on hillsides, that attributes to a cost of a home and its affordability. We are in a geographic area where we're servicing. If you go 50 miles out in any direction of the city of Dothan, there's nearly 500,000 people that are here. So that helps to keep the prices down, somewhat affordable. So Dothan and Houston County and the surrounding counties are in a good place. Our property taxes and our taxing structure is very low. Our sales tax is in line with everyone else's. Our property taxes are low. It's an affordable place to live and raise a family.
The mayor unveils plans for mixed-use developments that cater to diverse preferences. Challenges exist, but so does the hope for a future where everyone can find a place to call their home. The city collaborates, restores, and breathes new life into its neighborhoods. It's about fostering a sense of community and challenging stereotypes associated with affordable housing. Now, let's meet the resilient individuals of Dothan who call the city their home. Meet Heather, a 43-year-old warrior. Her journey from renting to homeownership is a testament to courage and determination.
Hi, my name is Heather. I am 43 years old. I have 2 kids, one with Down syndrome and 2 beautiful grandbabies.
Tell me about your current housing situation.
It's been a bit rough. I was renting from a friend of mine and he ended up having to sell the house. So I ended up having to move in with my parents, which has not been fun. They're both alcoholics. So it hasn't been easy. But we've managed it.
How did you decide to become a homeowner?
I just got tired of renting. I got tired of giving my money to somebody else and then they being able to tell me what I can and cannot do. Or what I can and cannot have.
Shika, at 30, unveils the challenges of maintaining a home on a limited budget.
I'm Tashika White. I'm 30 years old and I'm from Dothan, Alabama.
How would you describe your current housing situation, and what would you say the aspects of it that make it difficult?
The only thing that I find difficult is like when things break down in the house and they tell me that it's my responsibility to get it fixed, which when I moved in there, the stuff was already there. And living on income base, sometimes it's hard to fix your own things in the house.
Are there any government or local housing programs that you saw that could assist you or help you in some way when you were trying to find a house?
Yes. They have an ACP program. They have a CCAP program. But those are all just like to help you on like if you're lacking on any bills. But the only housing that I know of is like the housing authority that is down here in Dothan.
During your search for finding affordable housing, did you widen your regions, explore different neighborhoods?
It took a long time. I had to go on foot and ride and try to find a house, and I finally did. Yes, I finally found it.
That's great.
So it's hard to find a house on that list.
Her story reflects the strength needed to secure a place in the midst of adversity.
My name is Joshua Morris. I'm 40 years old.
All right, my name is Brianna Landry. I'm 29 years old.
How do you think being a single parent has affected your search for finding houses, especially affordable housing?
I would say the biggest thing is a good area, enough space. Having 2 little kids, they gotta have room to be able to play and not have to worry about if something bad is going to happen. So, the surrounding area, I would say, would be the biggest thing, the safety of my family.
It's been hard, so much the fact that 2 years ago, my mother actually bought a trailer park to help with affordable housing, and because she saw me struggle, I would work 2 jobs and still live in the poverty line, and it was less than suitable. I couldn't afford to have time with my family and work at the same time. It was taking away from my family life.
And so, having you struggled with the drug addiction, do you feel that affected you in the process of finding houses?
Yes, it did. I found myself homeless a lot of the times. And it's a despairing feeling to feel like you have nowhere to go and nowhere that you belong. A lot of the times when you're facing a drug addiction, you're not working, and I would be working, but they would be odd and end jobs where I would be paid under the table, and even though I was working my hardest through my drug addiction, I couldn't get a stable job, and so it affected me greatly, and I was stuck living in places that I didn't want to be.
My name is Tia Gilmore. I'm 38.
My name's Patricia Ann Lawhorn. I'm 50 years old, and I've been in Dothan for off and on life. I always knew where it was at. I never lived here till now. It's just by the grace of God that I'm here.
Have you ever come across any restrictions based on your record when finding
I have. You can apply for Section 8 or federal housing if you have any felonies at all. Even if it's a worthless check felony or anything like that, if it's a nonviolent crime, they still will deny you. Even if it's been over 7 years, you still will be denied. It never goes away.
How do you feel your addiction has contributed in your find of affordable housing? Has it affected it by making it harder?
Yes, absolutely. You can't get no job, you can't get a real good housing, you can't get anything. And just by the grace of God, my pastor and them found this place for me, and I couldn't pick a better place to be.
In a collective voice, we hear from Joshua Morris, Tia Gilmore, Brianna Laundrie, and Patricia Ann Lawhorn. Their stories mirror the struggles of our community. Stories of resilience, dreams, and a quest for a place to belong. The journey doesn't end here. It evolves, fueled by the dreams of those seeking a better life, the tireless work of community leaders, and the indomitable spirit of a city that refuses to be defined by its challenges. As the sun sets on this chapter, let it rise on a Dothan, where affordable housing isn't just a goal, but a shared reality, built one story at a time. Thank you for joining us on this profound journey through the heart and homes of Dothan, Alabama. As we conclude our journey through the tapestry of Dothan, let's remember that affordable housing isn't just about structures. It's about dreams, finding a home. It's about resilience, partnerships, and the indomitable spirit of a community.